Hi, and welcome to the Consensus Candidate Podcast with your host, Rueben Dockery, 2022 candidate for Tennessee Senate District 21. Join us for dialogue with constituents and the candidate. Well, greetings and welcome again to another podcast with the Consensus Candidate, Rueben Dockery, candidate for the 21st Senatorial District of Tennessee. We are in the thick of it, with early voting beginning on October 19th. That's next week. And less than 30 days now before November the 8th. It's important to ensure that you, the voters, the constituents of Senate District 21, your interest and your voice are properly heard at the ballot box. Give us a call tonight to share your thoughts. You can call me right here in the studio, and we're doing a live stream on YouTube. But you can call me right here in the studio at 319 527 6743. Again, that number to call tonight is 319 527 6743. What I'll be doing this evening, we've invited a few people. Hopefully, they can join us here tonight and participate in this live dialogue. A couple of things I'll be doing, making some announcements relative to the upcoming early voting cycle, and trying to answer some questions that were kind of out there that we were looking at. Okay, as well as letting you know how you can contact with me. But most importantly, when we're done tonight, you should know how to connect with me and find me at the polls during early voting. Yes, find me at the polls during early voting, and we can get this thing done. All right. We're going to open up the phone lines to you, the listening audience, to kind of share with me what your thoughts are, your concerns, and I'll do my very best to answer questions relative to how we can move forward over the next 4 years as your senator. I'll be your senator, and you'll be the constituent, and we will serve you, right? You may have already gotten a copy of the sample ballot for the November 8th election, and you will see there that there are about 4 amendments on there. The governor's race, about 4 amendments, and then you come into the fifth U.S. congressional district races, specifically for Senate District 21, is the fifth congressional district. That's where we are. And then the very next race from those, there be, I think that's fifth congressional district that are also. But again, relative to our race in Senate District 21, the governor's race, the 4 measures or amendments that are on the ballot, and then the um, the fifth congressional district race, and then Senate District 21, where you'll see myself and my opponent, Mr. Yarbrough. All right. Um, Rueben Dockery is the only name you need to remember, though. All right. So that's what we'll do tonight. Let's get right into it. Again, the number to give me a call tonight is 319 527 6743. If you're connecting with us through the, through our website at the Blog Talk Radio platform, you can just simply call that number and into the studio tonight. And for about the next 45 minutes or to an hour or so, depending on what kind of dialogue we have, we'll keep the phone lines open. All right. So let's get into it. There are a couple of announcements that we need to make first. Sometimes there are still people who are not sure if they're in Senate District 21. Um, Even at this point, right here, we're uh, less than 30 days before it's time for them to vote, and really early voting starts next week. But nonetheless, let's see if we can help you with that. I made it very easy for you. If you go to my website, Dockery, the number 4tn.com, and if you'll, we'll give you an opportunity to do that. Let's do that together now. Let's do that together now, and then you'll be able to see exactly how we are moving with that. Okay. Uh, Again, the point of this is that to make it easy for you to identify where you where you sit with it. What we're going to be doing as we go through this process is connecting you to the Davidson County Election Commission's site, but you can reach it from my website. So again, that is Dockery, Dockery, the number four, the letters TN.com. All right. When you get there, what you want to do is there are several different headings that you can click. You want to click Get Involved. Get Involved. And when you click Get Involved, you'll see a sign up today page, and right below it, find your Senate district. All right. You'll click on Find Your Senate district. And while you're there, you will see the Metro Election Commission or the Davidson Election Commission page come up. And it's just a matter of you typing your home address or the address you registered to vote in that information, and below that you'll see your school district, your Senate district, and you'll know that, hey, yeah, this is me. They're talking about me. Hey, they're talking about me. So that's a quick way to access or to determine that you're in the district. I talked to a good gentleman at the Lowe's store earlier this week, and he and his friend from one of them for certain, I understand, live in the Senate district, and the other one wasn't quite sure. So we described that, and that's the easiest way for you to do it. All right. So um, when you get through doing that, what I'd like to do is encourage you to go ahead and plan to meet me at the ballot box doing early voting. How do you do that? Um, well, and I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. Bear with me. Let me make this announcement first. I got notice that one of the regular voting sites doing on November 8th has changed. If you were in voting precinct 27-2, you were assigned originally to vote at Tusculum Hills Baptist Church. They're no longer going to be serving as a voting site, according to the Election Commission. And what they've done is move voters in precinct 27-2 to go and vote now at precinct 27-3. So the change is from Tusculum Hills Baptist Church, which voters in precinct 27-2 went to. Now you're going to go to 27-3, and that's at Tusculum Elementary School. Tusculum Elementary School. So on November 8th, you will be going to vote on Tusculum Elementary School because of that change. All right? However, during early voting, there are now 12 sites that you can go to vote early. Here's what I'd like to ask a favor of you, though. I'd like for you to meet me at the polls because I'm going to make sure that we can connect with one another. Then I'll be pitching tent there and there to engage you, to say hello to you, and hopefully get your support at the ballot box. All right. There are 4 days. We are calling this, the Dockery campaign is calling this our early voting jamborees. Early voting jamborees. So join me for the early voting jamboree. And what that is that again, when you come to on Thursday, October 20th, one of the early voting days that go late in the evening is Thursday. It's Tuesday and Thursday. It begins on Wednesday the 19th. Wednesday the 19th. But I will be there on Thursday, October 20th, from 2 o'clock p.m. to 7 p.m. From 2 o'clock to 7 p.m. This is designed to give individuals an opportunity to come after work. Some people will go before then, but you can look for me there, my tent there. We'll be out there engaging you, looking forward to talking with you. All right. If you can't make that one, then I'd like for you to plan on your calendar to meet me on Saturday, October 22nd, at the Howard Office Building. And of course, that's 700 2nd Avenue North at the Ronald Reagan Center. Okay? If not Thursday the 20th at the Howard office, then meet me on Saturday the 22nd. Now, we'll be there from 8 a.m. to 4:30. From 8 a.m. until 4:30 on Saturday, October 22nd. And you won't miss me. You'll see the sign in the back and so forth and so on. All right. Say you can't make either of those 2 days. Well, you got two more shots to meet me out there for early voting. You can go any of the days for early voting. There are 15 of them. Let me make that clear. And you can go to any of the 11 sites there. You can go to the Election Commission's website to find out where those locations are. I'm asking you to meet me here at these, though. And I'm going to make this even easier for you to do this, to mark this on your calendar in just a moment. All right. The next time we'll be there, my campaign will specifically be there looking for you, and I'd love you to, if you haven't done it already at this point, Thursday, October 27th. Thursday, October the 27th, we'll be at the Southeast Library at the band shell. That's really the park over there. It's not at the library, but the band shell, the park. But you'll be able to walk right across there and go inside to the library and cast your vote for Rueben Dockery for Tennessee Senate District 21. All right. That address is 5260 Hickory Hollow Parkway. Again, that's the Southeast Library. If you live in precincts 27 3, or you live in precincts 31, precincts 33, that's probably the most convenient to you because it's closer. In the King Ridge area, the Nolensville area, Antioch. Makes it convenient for. We tried to make it convenient for you. Well, on Thursday we'll be there from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. From 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And again, the idea is that we'll be able to engage, interact with one another, have some questions, that sort of thing, answer some things, or just come out and cast your vote. There are a lot of people who are frustrated with the electoral process and they don't believe that it's worth their time. I get that. I really do. And I want you to know that your vote is your voice. And I can assure you that as your next senator of Senate District 21, I will not take your voice for granted. We'll take it as serious as we can and work directly with you as constituents to make sure you get what you need and you're well represented. All right. So come on out. Come on out. Come on out and vote. Then the last day, our fourth Saturday, October 29th, and we will be at the office building again from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's when the polls close. All right. So, how can I put this on my calendar as a reminder, Mr. Dockery? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have what's called a hello card. And whether you're listening tonight, and by the way, you can call us in here tonight, 319-527-6743. Talk to me directly. But whether you're just listening from the podcast platform, the Blog Talk Radio platform, you can go right now and um, it's called the Hello Card. And you can type this in Dockery, Dockery, the number 4TN. This is from your phone. TN dot hello, HELLLO, excuse me, card, CARD dot me. All right. And when you put that in your phone, basically it'll come up on your phone as a app. That's the app. You went to your search engine on your phone and you put Dockery, the number 4TN dot hello, HELLO dot LLO card, excuse me, dot me. And when that comes up, go in there and click onto it, and you'll see a schedule, this schedule that I just gave you of early voting days. Click the one that best suits you, either as we just discussed, um, October Thursday, October 20th, 2022, at the Howard Office Building, or Saturday, October 22nd, 2002, again at the Howard Office Building, or Thursday, October 27th, at the Southeast Library, right? 5260 Hickory Hollow Parkway. Or you can choose again to meet us out there on Saturday, October 29th at the Howard Office Building and at 700 Second Avenue South. I'd like to reiterate the fact that there are 11 different sites you can vote early. You should have received a ballot in the mail. All voters should have received by now. That's my understanding. And in that packet, they have the 11 sites. These two sites on these 4 days are when I will be there to meet you directly. I want to shake your hand. I want to say hello to you. Give me a hug if you want to. Come on. Why not? All right. So those are our pertinent announcements, and I'll reiterate again that there is a change for voters in precinct 27-2. What is that change? You used to go to Tusculum Hills Baptist Church, and you should see signs out there. Okay, if you go there and by mistake again, and you didn't happen to get this announcement, there should be a sign. So tell your neighbors and tell your friends. But you won't be voting there anymore because they're no longer participating as a site for voting. However, you've been rerouted now to Tusculum Elementary School, which is in voting precinct 7-3. The main thing is to go to Tusculum Elementary School. That is if you're voting on the day of election. In early voting, as I mentioned, there are several sites that you can go to. And we'll pull those up for you in just a little bit. All right. All right. I think we got those out. I'm going to hit a few more issues here with you. I told you how to look up your district if you're not sure. If you're in the, this is the new Senate district, and when I come back from this break, I'll cover that. I'll explain that a little bit more in the event that someone is listening for the very first time, or you're catching this recording, or you're viewing this live stream, and you were not aware of that. Okay, I'll be sure to go over that again. But if you bear with me, we're going to go to a very brief commercial break here and ourselves to hear a very, very important message. Be right back with you on the other. Hi, this is consensus candidate Rueben Dockery, your choice for Tennessee Senate 21. I could really use your help as we strive to reach over 139,000 voters in Senate District 21. Please go to www.dockery for the number 4 tn.com and make a contribution today. I understand that the meaning of a sacrifice is to give in the interests of others when it may be a strain on you. But today your sacrifice will help us bring new leadership to Tennessee Senate 21. And I appreciate your sacrifice in advance and look forward to seeing you throughout the campaign cycle. All right, you're listening to the consensus candidate, Rueben Dockery, and our podcast. We scheduled these for the first and third Fridays throughout the election cycle, but we're going to increase the number of them and we're going to strive to do it for the next few Fridays throughout November 8th. Last week we were not on due to an unfortunate death in my family. I had a sister pass out of town, and I was traveling. However, we're back now. We're back now, and we will endeavor to again open up the lines for at least an hour for voters. I intend to be in various areas again, connecting with you, that sort of thing, and I want to encourage you to do that. All right. So what we were talking about on the other end of the commercial break there is the fact that early voting has started, and there are some people who may not be sure about the Senate district. It was a redistricted Senate District 21 was redistricted for the second time since 2010. It was first redistricted in 2014, right? So the structure changed. And then it was redistricted again this year, earlier this year in 2022. And generally, the new district consists of the nation's area. It consists of Nippers Corners area, parts of it, um, Nolensville Road, uh, Berry Hill, Cane Ridge is a part of it, um, parts of Nolensville itself, Antioch, which is part of the southeast portion of it, uh, Mills Creek area in Antioch, as well as Midtown near Vanderbilt and Fannie Mae Park there. Um, so there are a few different areas now that make up that general area of the Senate district. And the best way to do it, as I said to you earlier, is to go to my website, Dockery, www.dockery, Dockery, the number four, the letter T, and the N, .com. And when you get there, look for the link that says Get Involved. Click that link. The second link in that page, scroll down, it says Find Your Senate District. And when you find her, simply put your address in there, and it would allow you to then find out whether or not you're in a district. Okay? Um, Give me a call here. Give me a call here. We still got a little time. We got about another 20, 30 minutes or so, and I'd love to hear from you. Perhaps you're just listening on the Blog Talk Radio platform. That's okay too. But I'd love to take your questions or your comments and dialogue with you. And you can call me tonight in the studio at 319 527 6743. Again, that number to call is 319 527 6743. And as I await your call, I'll just go over some other things. I promise to share with you information about the other sites. On the other end of the commercial, you heard me ask you to do me a solid and meet me at the polls. Meet me out at the polls. Um, I would love to meet you and see you there. But if you can't make it on those days, we still like to have your support at the ballot box. Vote for Ruben Dockery. And you can go to Bell Meet City Hall. It's available. That's on 4705 Harding Pike. The Bellevue Library, 720 Ball Road. Bordeaux Library, 4000 Clarksville Pike. Casa Azafrans Community Center at 2195 Nolensville Pike. Edmondson Pike Library at 5501 Edmondson Pike. Goodlettsville Damas Long Community Center, 200 Memorial Drive. Green Hills Library at 3701 Beham Avenue. Hermitage Library at 3700 James K. Lane. Howard Office Building. Hey, there it is, 700 President Ronald Reagan Way. Madison Library, 610 Gallatin Pike South, Margaret Maddock East YMCA, 2624 Gallatin Pike, and the Southeast Library. Again, that address is 5260 Hickory Hollow Parkway. Now, it's important to note that on the first week of early voting, starting next week, the 19th, you'd only be able to go to Howard Office Building. It won't open up. These other 12 sites won't open up until after that following week. Okay? So the 19th, the 20th, I believe, is that right? Let's see. Let me make sure I'm giving you correct information. Um, from the 19th through the 24th, I apologize. From the 19th through the 24th. So that's Wednesday the 19th, Thursday the 20th, Friday the 21st, Saturday the 22nd, and that Monday the 24th. You can only vote at Howard Office Building. However, beginning Tuesday, October 25th, you can go to those other 11 sites I showed you. And again, I was reading from the sample ballot that you received in the mail. That's a good source for you to determine what's on the ballot. All right. So 19th through the 24th, Howard Office Building. Of course, I'm looking forward to you to meet me on the 20th, Thursday the 20th, or Saturday the 22nd. What time we're going to be there? Thursday the 20th. Will Dockery campaign be there? On Thursday, October 20th, from 2 p.m. to 7. From 2 p.m. to 7. You can look for me. What time on Saturday, October 22nd, will you be able to meet him there? We'll be there from 8 a.m., excuse me, until 4:30 p.m. Then, okay, okay. After the other sites are opened up after the 25th, you can meet me at again at the Southeast Library in Antioch, 5260 Hickory Hollow Pike, from 2 p.m. to 7 on Thursday, the 27th. The polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 7, but you can meet me there from 2 to 7. And then again, you can meet me at Howard Office Building on the 29th, Saturday, the 29th, from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And we can get it done. We can get it done. All right. Just some information, as I promised. The Tonight was about providing you context and information for early voting. Okay. Um, and the hope is that you'll be able to be informed in this process as we all strive to, make a difference here and see things through. Okay. One other thing I want to bring to your attention is that on the ballot, you for Senate District 21, you're going to see the governor race. Um, then you will see one, two, three, four amendments, four amendments to choose from. All right, and after those amendments, you get past those. In Senate District 21, you'll see the 5th Congressional District race, the U.S. 5th Congressional District race. You make a choice there. And then after you finish that, the next race is the one that you're going to vote for Ruben Dockery on. And that's Tennessee Senate District 21. You'll get to choose one, but all you need to choose is one Ruben Dockery for Senate District 21. And I'll be grateful to be your next senator over the next 4 years. Beyond the Senate race, the relevant race for um, Senate District 21 is going to be with the House District 53. And actually, there may be one or two more houses that connect to it, but I think the major one is going to be House District 53. You should see it on your ballot, though. Only those ballots that are relevant to your voting precinct will come up when you go into the polls there. Alrighty, you'll make a choice there, and that's it. Again, I'd like to encourage you to look for. You should have received it in the mail now, a sample ballot for the November 8th election, and that will help inform you about the issues. Now, some have asked the question about amendments should you look at, um, and uh, perhaps we should just take a little bit of time to go over them. Uh, Not to bore you, but I'll kind of read them here for you, and then but you'll be able to. I'm just going to give you the summary of each of the amendments, and you can make your choice from them. The First Amendment. Uh, this amendment would add a new section to Article 11 of the Tennessee Constitution to make it illegal for any person, corporation, association, or the state of Tennessee or its political subdivisions to deny or attempt to deny employment to any person because of the person's membership in, affiliation with, resignation from, or refusal to join or affiliate with any labor union or employee organization. You'll have to use your conscience to make a choice on that. All right. Amendment number two. Its summary says this amendment would add to Article 3, Section 12 of the Tennessee Constitution a process for the temporary exercise of the powers and duties of the governor by the Speaker of the Senate or the Speaker of the House if there is no Speaker or of the Senate in office when the governor is unable to discharge the powers and duties of the office of governor. While a speaker is temporarily discharging the powers and duties of the governor, the speaker would not be required to resign as speaker or to resign as member of the legislature, but the speaker would to preside as speaker or vote as a member of the legislature. A speaker who is temporarily discharging the powers and duties of the governor would not get the governor's salary, but will get the speaker's salary. The amendment would also exempt a speaker who is temporarily discharging the powers and duties of the governor from provisions of the Constitution that would otherwise prohibit the speaker from exercising the powers of the governor from simultaneously holding more than one state office. It's kind of changing a little bit of what happens if they step in as the governor. For any reason, the governor is not able to carry out their duties. You'll have to use your consciousness there to determine, whether you want to vote that amendment yes or no. Okay. Then let's look at the amendment number three. It's let's look at its summary. So there are actually four amendments, and this is amendment number three. Summary of amendment number three. Very quickly, this amendment would change the current language in Article 1, Section 33 of the Tennessee Constitution, which says that slavery and involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a person who has been duly convicted of crime, are forever prohibited in this state. The amendment would delete the current language and replace it with the following language. Quote, slavery and involuntary servitude are forever prohibited. Nothing in this section shall prohibit an inmate from working when the inmate has been duly convicted of a crime. End quote. So it slightly changes the word. So the inmate can still work if they're commit, but slavery is totally illegal. We're voting there to determine whether or not we change that language for the state of Tennessee's Constitution. You'll use your conscience to make that choice. All right, then lastly, we'll look at Amendment number 4. And here is its summary. This amendment would delete Article number 9, Section 1 of the Tennessee Constitution, which prohibits ministers of the gospel and priests of any denomination from holding a seat in either house of the legislature. What do you think? You'll vote yes or no on that one. And as I said earlier, then you'll come down to your 5th congressional district, and then you go to the 21st senatorial district, which you'll vote for Ruben Dockery, and then to the House 53 district, which you'll make a choice there. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. So I think we covered quite a bit there. Um, we'll keep the phone lines open a little bit longer. I'll go to a brief break, and when we come back, we'll try to get you. Give me a call right now. Maybe you've listened to me. You've heard me talk. Um, give me a call, 319-527-6743. And I'll also give a number that you can reach me beyond the air tonight. You want to call me and you have a question or something like that, you can feel free to do that as well. Ways that you can connect with us directly and keep up with the campaign. We'll cover that in just a little bit on the other side of this brief break. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, this is consensus candidate Ruben Dockery, your choice for Tennessee Senate 21. I could really use your help as we strive to reach over 139,000 voters in Senate District 21. Please go to www.dockery for 4tn.com and make a contribution today. I understand that the meaning of a sacrifice is to give in the interest of others when it may be a strain on you. But today, your sacrifice will help us bring new leadership to Tennessee Senate 21. And I appreciate your sacrifice in advance and look forward to seeing you throughout the campaign cycle. All right, and you're back again with your host, Ruben Dockery, the consensus candidate on the ballot November 8th for Tennessee Senate District 21. And I hope to have your support during this electoral process and be able to go right to work for you. You've just heard that announcement. We still can use your financial support. Now, I understand that when you look at the gas prices and the cost of everything, it's tough. It's tough. And people can't hardly make it. So I do understand. I'm running a grassroots level campaign. So I didn't receive money from big businesses and things of that nature, corporations. However, we can use your help to get the word out. We got 139,000 plus voters in the district. We like to reach as many of you as we can and efficiently between now and November 8th. So anything you can give, go to Dockery, Dockery, dot, I'm sorry, Dockery, Dockery, the number 4, the letters T and N.com. So that's Dockery for TN.com. And then you can, when you get to the web page there at the very bottom, you can make your contribution securely with an Anodot on the Anodot app. Now, how do you stay in touch with us? How can you reach us? You didn't call me tonight at 319-527-6743. That's okay. You can call me anytime at 615-942-6816. That's my number. Give me a call at 615-942-6816. There is a app, a digital business card for me as a candidate, where you can go there and find those dates that we covered at the beginning of the podcast here, where you can meet me at the polls on certain dates. I'll reiterate them in just a minute. But you can find them by taking your phone and clicking in and open up your browser and type in Dockery, Dockery, the number 4, the letter T N dot HELLOCARD dot ME, like me. All right. And then the card will pop up. Save that on your phone. Save that on your phone. When you go into the card, you'll see these dates that I was telling you about earlier. And that is Thursday, October 20th, from 2 to 7 p.m. at the Howard Office Building. You'll find me there. If that date doesn't work for you, lock yourself in for Saturday, October 22nd, 2022, at the Howard Office Building from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You'll find me there. Let's say that doesn't work for you. There's still an opportunity. There are two more opportunities for you to meet me. Make plans to meet me Thursday, October 27th at the Southeast Library in Antioch at the Benchill area at 5260 Hickory Hollow Parkway. All right. For any reason that doesn't work for you, then meet me. It's talking about meeting me now. You know what I'm saying? On October the 29th, Saturday, October 29th, again at the Howard Office Building. That's 700 Ronald Reagan Parkway. I'll be there from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Be an opportunity for us to interact and dialogue. You can put a face with the whole thing here. All right. Um, that being said, I appreciate those of you who perhaps have just listened on the podcast, the Blog Talk Radio podcast. I realize for some people, we invited some individuals. This may have been your first time, and you just wanted to listen, be a participant observer. I fully appreciate that. And hopefully, you'll join me later on. Give me a call again, 615-942-6816. You want to shoot me an email? Here's how you can do it. Send it to Dockery, Dockery, the number 4, the letters T N at gmail.com. I'll be happy to respond accordingly as well. My campaign manager and or I will get back with you as soon as we can. The website again is www.dockery, Dockery, the number 4, the letters T N.com. That's how you can get in touch with us. I want to thank again those of you that may see the live stream video after the fact, or you may um, listen to the podcast show. You can access that from the website as well, from my website as well. This episode here for um, October the 14th, 2022. All right. With that, we're gonna thank you all again for joining us, and I'm gonna endeavor to have another podcast on next Friday, and we'll do our level best to get the word out to people and get some robust dialogue going here between now and November 8th. Hey, that's what it's all about. That's what democracy is. When people have an opportunity to share their ideas and to participate in the electoral process. That's democracy. That's democracy. So again, I thank you. I love to have your financial support. You can't do $100, I understand. Can't do 50. That's fine. $5, $10. Everything helps us to get the word out to you as we move forward in this process. This is your host, Rueben Dockery, the consensus candidate for Tennessee Senate District 21. Again, I thank you, and we look forward to seeing you all another time. Hi, and welcome to the Consensus Candidate Podcast with your host, Rueben Dockery, 2022 candidate for Tennessee Senate District 21. Join us for dialogue with constituents and the candidate.